It's your guy, Terry Kilpatrick, better known as Troop. I'm a gospel rapper out of Memphis, Tennessee. Man, look, before I met Christ, I was going to New Mount Sunny Baptist Church out there in Whitehaven. My uncle, Pastor Gerald Rayborn. And man, I was going to church, and I was young. I really just didn't really know God for myself. So, it was easy for me to go up there and, get baptized and accept Christ when I just really didn't really have no understanding on really who God was, who Jesus was, and, what he did for us on the cross. And later on, a couple years after that, I got introduced to alcohol. So I started drinking, and then a couple years after that, I started doing drugs, smoking weed and smoking cigarettes, and just smoking some of everything, And man, I was just out there, man, just kind of just running loose. And I'm from Whitehaven, and we moved out there to East Memphis. My father, he was a pastor. My mom, she was a Christian woman, praying woman. And I just kind of really got linked up with my older brother, and we just kind of got with the wrong crowd. I started hanging with gang members, especially Rolling 20 Crips. That was heavy out there in East Memphis. And man, I just got into a lot of fights, just seen a lot of things at a young age, because I was in and out the hood. Though I moved to East Memphis, the nicer part of East Memphis, I still encountered a lot of things and seen a lot of things. And man, we used to even, just keep it 100, we used to even, ride around the hood, man, and just like beat up on random people, you know what I'm saying? And I was just wild, bro. I was just wild, man. And I used to also do secular music before I started gospel rap as well. And I remember one experience where it kind of involved my brother. And it was one night, man, it happened on Riverdale Road. One of my partners, they had got into it with some cats, man, at IHOP. And then they left the IHOP. And actually, man, the car that my brother was gonna get into, that ended up getting shot at and getting shot up, he actually wasn't able to get in the car. I guess the door was locked or whatever, it was. So he got into another car, and on Riverdale Road, man, they followed them, and then they shot at the car. So one of my homies got hit. He got hit worse. And at that time when I got the call, man, like, I didn't really have a active prayer life with God, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I wasn't really saved for real. I just knew I said the prayer and I got baptized, so okay. And I remember praying, man, I was just like, Lord, if you let my friend, just get out of this situation alive, like, Lord, I'm gonna do this, do that. And when I found out everybody, was good, I still went out there and still kind of just did my own thing. And it really wasn't, man, until I was introduced to this video called The Truth Behind Hip Hop by Pastor G. Craig Lewis. And he was just talking about, man, how these rappers was, selling their souls for money and fame. And he had the scriptures, he had the proof, the videos to back up what he was saying. And at that time I was heavy into secular rap. And man, and at that moment I knew, I said, if the devil is real, and the enemy, the demons and all that, if that stuff is real, I said, man, Jesus gotta be real, you know what I'm saying? And at that very moment, I remember chills came over me. And I said, man, I wanna give my life to Christ. I really wanna know God for myself. I really wanna take this serious. And this was around the age of 15. And I remember God laid it on my heart. He said, you don't have to stop rapping, but you can just change about what you're rapping about, and you can rap for me and go out here and win souls for Christ, put the gospel in your music. And before then, I remember my mama saying, like, son, you need to try to do gospel rap, man. I used to get an attitude with my mama, like, look, man, I ain't trying to hear all that, and I just knew, like, man, it had to be God, because I was so against Christian rap. I didn't even know a Christian rap like that. And then I shortly got introduced to some guys, shout out to Young Titan. He was one of the ones that kind of mentored me with the music and with the walk. And I put out my first song, man, called You Can't Stop Me. and it kind of just, man, flooded the city. And I was doing shows. I was booked up every summer, man. I had a show every weekend. Some weekends I had like 3 shows in one day, and it just took off. So where I'm at now, I'm attending Divine Life Church under Pastor Tony Wade. I'm growing, man. I'm learning, and I do a lot of street ministry, going out to different neighborhoods in my city, and just evangelizing, man, spreading the word, spreading the gospel. And my message for anyone that's has been through what I'm going through, or whatever situation you in, I just say, like, man, look, man, God is the way, man. That's what the blood did. That's what Jesus' blood did on that cross, man. Whatever you have done is not too bad for God to forgive, man. Don't walk in condemnation. You know what I'm saying, man? When you come to Christ, you know what I'm saying, it's not about trying to get yourself right before you come to God. It's about coming to God as you are. That's what the word tell us. And man, my goal is just to continue to reach people with my music. And I got my own record label, man, EGR. And man, we just all about, man, just spreading the word, man, through music and whatever tool that, God gives us to, to spread his name. So I thank y'all, man, for watching my testimony video. Shout out to Center Focus, man. It's going down. True music, man.